Galio continuing his farm. I'm not sure where Cassiopeia is. They actually don't have any vision on Dragon, so they might be taking Dragon now. In fact, no, Cassiopeia was actually just recalled, so there you go, all excited for a second. But Cassiopeia, one of her strengths is that she, is one of the best champions in the game for taking Baron and Dragon, and especially in early Dragon. If you've ever Dragoned with Cassiopeia, as long as someone's there to tank it a little bit, she can nuke it down in a matter of seconds. Her damage output is just fantastic for a solo champion. And Olaf throwing down some damage. Gangplank will be here, so I don't know, he's being a little bit aggressive. He does throw off the ultimate. Galio is coming down to kind of protect him. I think the ultimate from Gangplank might have been a little premature, but he was in a bad situation. And Tristana coming over with the pounce. She does ultimate Gangplank back into the wall. Not really necessary in my opinion. She could have saved it for the bounce and then ultimate onto Galio. I believe Galio is going to get out. No, Cassiopeia coming out. Her ultimate is still up, so she is able to pick that up. So, some 2 free kills. A little bit too aggressive. They really needed to get out of there. Let me reset this. Okay, there we go. They really needed to get out of there. They didn't have vision of bot lane. They haven't had ward coverage in this tri-brush or on bot lane the entire game, which is very surprising. Really needed to do a better job. Alistar does have 3 wards, but they did take the mid tower, and they are getting Dragon here to go along with those kills. So, very quickly, TGF is taking a commanding lead in this game. PG doing a decent job in lane, but just a little mistake, and very quickly, it's this game is in TGF's ballpark. Looking at the farm, you see that they are still farming well, so they will have their items. Cassiopeia has caught up somewhat, or not fallen more behind at least, to Galio. And Galio is going a Catalyst, which is a little bit surprising to go both Catalyst and Chalice. I would say one or the other is a strong consideration for a lane item, but both of them kind of potentially set you back from damage or from disables. Though that being said, Catalyst excuse me, that being said, Catalyst will build into Banshee's Veil for Galio, which will be really strong. And the ultimate from Tristana. Sona flashes in and throws down the ultimate, and Caitlyn will go down. The flash from Tristana to make sure they pick up the kill, but Galio ulting in. Tristana isn't part of this, but Galio can't get the nukes. There's the nukes. He is able to pick up Sona, and Karthus is ulting. I'm not sure that was necessary, but they were able to pick up 2 kills for the 1 death of Caitlyn. Unfortunately, she did go down, but you saw that aggressive teleport from Galio. Even though he was mid, and the benefit there is mid's a shorter lane to come back from. So, if he was top lane, then Udyr would have gotten this tower. But because he's mid, he can make those really aggressive plays, and you actually saw him teleporting onto a ward, I believe, I guess it was this ward over here. So he just walked over a little bit. Galio's flash is down, though. He did have to flash into range for that. So he will need to watch out for Cassiopeia's damage. But he does have great range with his abilities, and at this point he's got plenty of mana regen and plenty of damage to nuke down, creep wave after creep wave. So really not a big issue for him. He is coming up to hold this lane for Karthus, doing a good job of communicating and maintaining the lanes, even though they did lose mid a little bit ago. They do finally have a ward in this lower river, so they know that the ganks aren't coming from the river anymore. They really only have to worry about the lane ganks. Though if they aren't fast enough, and Tristana jumping on top of Caitlyn, throwing off that great damage. Caitlyn will get the Q. Tristana's getting very low. The ultimate from Caitlyn is so premature. Gangplank had ulted, and Caitlyn and Gangplank are going to chase her down. She barely surviving. Oh my gosh! And then Alistar lived as well. I can't believe what I just saw. Caitlyn, had a great opportunity there. She could have backed up a step and done some more damage, and instead, in the middle of the team, she decided to just stand there and tank their damage while she channeled her ult onto Caitlyn, or onto Tristana. But then Caitlyn and Alistar both able to get out with less than 100 HP. Tristana throwing her ultimate onto Alistar, trying to pick up that kill, but even if they didn't pick up those kills, they were able to pick up the tower, and it did further their advantage significantly. Tristana isn't in lane to farm at this time, and they did lose another tower, and now TGF will probably come up top to take this last tower. There was no timer on Dragon. I wasn't really paying attention, but it should be spawning in about 2 minutes, I believe, or maybe a minute and a half, so probably around 21 minutes is when that Dragon's going to spawn. Galio just doing a fantastic job, and Karthus, really farming above everyone else. Udyr's farming exceedingly well as well. He does have that wit's end, and it'll be interesting to see as the game progresses. Udyr's actually a really strong counter to Galio. Not only does he have the strength in lane, as I discussed earlier, but when Galio throws down that ultimate, Udyr can just turn on his bear stance, and will automatically walk in to target Galio and stun him and cancel that ultimate. So, yeah, he'll get most of his damage off, but if they can kind of do that successfully, it'll be very difficult for them to get a good initiation with Galio, so that'll be kind of interesting to watch. Olaf doing a very good job of farming, 20 minutes to be close to 100, and Karthus actually chasing down Udyr. I don't know if Udyr was the aggressor there, if he just let Karthus get too close. But to be near 100 CS as a jungler at 20 minutes is definitely a good goal. You're definitely having a strong farming game if you can kind of reach that mark. And Sona does have an Oracles. She will take some damage from Galio. I'm assuming she has a ward up here, because it would be a little risky otherwise to kill a ward if you don't have vision. But the Oracles will do a really good job of providing them with that map control as they continue to try and advance their lead. Though it's a little small right now, they do have a dragon and 2 tower advantage along with those 3 kills. And Dragon should be spawning any second now. You see Cassiopeia actually coming down from top. She might just be sitting in that brush. I was kind of thinking she would come down for the next Dragon. She is actually switching with Udyr currently. They will be content. And Cassiopeia flashing over the wall will ult Karthus for the quick kill. Taking everyone by surprise, I think. It seemed like maybe they were doing a lane swap, and then really aggressive play, just flashing from this lack of vision. Generally, you would say that this is, strong ward placement, and it is. It does protect you top. But really aggressive play. Galio ulting in on top of Udyr, trying to chase them down. He gets the slow. They will be out of range, not able to pick that up. And you see Dragon did just spawn. So while everyone's top, though, Tristana might be able to take down this tower. She's at least going to get a lot of damage on it, and that's exactly what you want to do. The enemy team, Galio teleported top. Everyone is up top. They know everyone's up top, so they're going to take down this tower very quickly with the damage from Tristana. Alistar's going to come in, and Caitlyn, to try and support it, but I'm pretty sure this tower is going to go down. And unfortunately, as a result of that aggressive play going top, they will lose another tower, and then they lose top tower because they had to kind of move off and defend. So TGF, with aggressive pushing, is kind of pulling PG all around the map. They have them off balance. Just kind of that really aggressive play. It really does a lot to a team's mentality. Alistar coming in, he does get the pulverize onto Caitlyn. The slow from Karthus, but Cassiopeia actually hadn't hit the slow yet, but they are able to kill her very quickly. The true damage from Olaf, along with that great DPS from Karthus when Cassiopeia was standing still. Sona throws down the ultimate, very defensive ultimate, to get them out of there. I don't know if TGF had taken the dragon yet. I don't think they had the opportunity because Gangplank was top. So PG will move down to see if they can get this dragon, and that'll really help them out. Yes, they will get this dragon. Not a lot that TGF can do. They might go up actually to pull them off of dragon from Baron, but they are going to get dragon quickly. They do need to watch out and come up to Baron. It appears they're not going after it, which probably would have been more prudent since Cassiopeia hadn't been up with them yet. But that's definitely something that PG is going to have to look